Hey everyone, welcome to SCR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. He's Mike Brenner. This is the MLB Odds Couple Show for Tuesday, September 20th. Mike Brenner is gamely battling through a sickness.
Not medicated today, but I know one thing. Hey, my hat's off and props out. Pistol Pete swept the board.
Yeah, I had three nice picks.
You're dialed in, Pete. You're dialed in.
People might have noticed that Mike Brenner is not his usual ebullient self right now. That is because he's very, very sick, but he's a trooper.
Well,
right?
I gotta show up. But Pete, I did. I had an epiphany last night. I promise you. I woke up twice after taking the afternoon off and so forth. About 3 a.m, though, I really had to do some soul searching because I had no business picking games yesterday, from football to baseball or whatever. But my father taught me very young, the day you become unteachable is the day it's over. So I'm teachable, and I got to buckle down. I got to get back to discipline, and I am absolutely committing myself, all right, for my viewers, I mean this now, to really buckling down. I'm going to be doing 5 NFL, 5 college, and 2 teasers, along with my 6 major league play picks a week. And that's it. I'm not going to try to step outside. This is a pattern. Number 18's been my number forever, and that equals 18. In years past, before I got into this arena, it was nothing but profitable. So, you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going back to the basics, and I'm making a promise to do a better job because the viewers deserve it.
An epiphany from Mike Brenner. Well, let's quickly throw the record up. As you can see, I'm actually
you're doing
up
great.
A few units on the year. So I'm hoping to. My goal is to hopefully come up 10 units. And
it's the way you're picking them, though, Pete. I looked at your games this morning for what you had yesterday, and you just got these angles that I really like, and you're really busting down the pitching.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, today's card, there's a lot of borderline plays, and there's 2 borderline plays that are borderline enough for me to give them. Let's just start with those. I'll tell you what they are, and we'll see what you have to say about it. The first one, I guess, will be Atlanta over the Mets. So I didn't have the balls to give Atlanta yesterday on the second half, which I really wanted to do.
Oh, he could have gave it on the first half.
Exactly. Well, I wanted to give him on the second half, and I think I'm going to give Atlanta here on the first half, plus 110. Selman is dealing with a little bit of an injury, not in his pitching elbow, in his pitching arm, but in his pitching shoulder, but in his non-pitching shoulder, but he can't swing the bat. Tehran is decent, he's pitching pretty well, and Atlanta just has some life to him right now.
Dangerous team right now.
Yeah, so I'm going to take him at the dog line, plus 110. A little risky, but I'll take it at plus 110. And then the other pick I'm taking is one that's gone up a little bit since the overnight, which I did bet it, and that's going to be Texas -1.
Okay, Perez on the mound, right?
No, Griffin's on the mound, and Wright is a very, very, very fadeable guy for the Angels. The Angels in general are a team that I'm happy to fade right now. So I'm going to take him -1. It should be about, I don't know, like -130 or so. And, just hopefully I won't get burned taking that big line. But in general, again, Griffin has some life to him, does give up home runs. He is hittable, but I think he's less hittable than Wright. And I like the Texas lineup more than the Angels right now. So I'll take him. Those are the 2 borderline plays that I'm definitely going to give.
I like that pistol, Pete. And I like what your breakdown with the Mets, because I did some reading on that because I had the Mets on a personal account yesterday, first 5, and apparently there's some strife in the locker room with that team. I didn't know that. Terry Collins is having some issues with a few of the players, so I got a feeling yesterday out of nowhere, Syndergaard just lays an egg when he was in a zone. Yeah. Maybe it's affecting the good players there as well. I don't know, but I like your take.
Yeah, I certainly didn't anticipate a bad start from Syndergaard, but I did anticipate some life from the Braves, and just the line. The line was massive.
Yeah, they have embraced the spoiler role. They really have, and they've done a good job at doing it. So I like your pick.
All right, well, those are my 2 picks I'm definitely going to give. Maybe I'll discuss the borderlines afterwards, but let's get to your 1 pick of the day.
I'm doing a 1 pick, and it's a 5-unit play, and I'm going heavy on this, and I'm not worried about what the first half line is.
For our pick tracking, it's still just going to be 1.
We're going to do 1. Okay, I'm going first half run line. It's going to be high. It's not even out yet with the Cubbies, and it's because of Lester. This guy has been unhittable, and he is the one guy that says, hey, ride my back. I'm going to take you through the playoffs, and I just believe it, and I think when he pitches, it just gives that whole team a whole different vibe, a whole different mojo. And I like what I saw late in the game yesterday. I did have that's one that cashed for me yesterday was the Cubs run line. But I really, really like this first half run line, Pistol Pete.
Okay, it's not out yet. We'll give you the Heritage Opener.
Opener.
First half run line. All right. Hopefully the Cubs won't sit any of the key guys. And,
I heard today they may sit 1, 2 at the very most.
But they won't be sitting Lester, and that's the key. All right.
Exactly.
Some other stuff that's interesting. I don't know. I don't even know where to start. I guess the Boston and Baltimore series is a very interesting one.
Great call. I'm glad I jumped on board with you yesterday on that Boston first half.
That's what sometimes you're sitting there and you're like, is this pick too easy, too obvious? And then I was like, you know what? No, it's not. I'm going to take it. If it loses, I'll be okay.
Exactly.
And if the line had been -170 and it lost, I wouldn't be okay. But at -125 and if it lost, I would have been okay. The Boston-Baltimore series is interesting. Both these starters have some life. Gausman is coming off.
He's had a really, really good second half, that kid.
Yeah, and Rodriguez is coming off a bit of a clunker, but in general, he's got a good arm. My borderline play is to the under first 5 and the full game. I had the under yesterday, which was a winner. It's just a little bit tricky because Gausman faced Boston last start and had a great start against them. And a lot of times when a team
was it at home though?
No, it was at Fenway. And a lot of times when a pitcher faces the same team twice in a row, the second start is sort of like the opposite from the first start.
Sure,
could easily see Boston hitting. But Gausman has also been just pitching well.
Yes.
Start in and start out, and it's kind of a high total. So that's a borderline one. Then moving down, another borderline one. James Shields making another start. Now, if you remember, in his last start, I said I'm not going to bet on a fade here because I expected him to do a little bit well, and he did do well.
Really well.
Now here, I'm expecting him to do a little bit worse, although the Philly bats, do I trust them to put up a big number on Shields? Kind of, but not really. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I wouldn't talk you off that ledge. That team is in strife. Phillies, at least, they're another team that's trying to play spoiler, and they're looking to some youth. So
my borderline pick there would be on the first 5 innings over 5, maybe
that's
the full
borderline
game over. Yeah, that's borderline. Then moving down, this one is so borderline. I want to take it, but I don't think I'll be able to. But it's so borderline.
Here we
it's
go.
the under 7 in Washington, Miami. Fernandez against Rourke. Fernandez is actually coming off of one of his less impressive starts, one of his more subpar starts. But if he's the kind of guy when he has a start like that, it feels like it's a speed bump this year, right? And he's bounced back from those kinds of starts all season long. Feels like he's going to have a good start. Rourke, of course, is very reliable. We know him, and under 7 is very tempting.
It must be, but also if you take a look, Fernandez, he owns this team.
Yeah.
He literally pitches so well against them, not just this year, but also in his career. So he'll be lockdown mode. That was kind of a fluke. He burnt me on that one last time, but I wouldn't talk you off the ledge.
That is the most borderline out of these, and I might add that one later. And then moving down the line, Volquez, very, very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Cleveland is very tempting, although that line, I would take Cleveland if it was a lower line. Like, again, this is like the Boston game yesterday. If it was minus 125, I'd take it, and if it lost, I'd be okay. But it's at minus 170.
Too high for my blood.
If I took it and lost, I would not be okay. I would be like, you were stupid. So I'm not going to do that. And then another.
Pistol Pete is not stupid.
And then I attempt not to be. I try to minimize it. And then we have another one. Matt Garza continues to pitch pretty well for Milwaukee. He's going up against Brault, and this is one that I took on the overnight also. I took the under 9, just betting that Garza will continue to be a pretty decent. That's a little bit, again, it's borderline.
That's in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, and it's borderline, but
Pittsburgh's lost confidence. That team knows it's going to take a miracle to make the playoffs. It might be a good ride there because Garza wants to continue to impress the rest of the year because there's going to be some teams taking a look at him. So.
And then another one that's borderline is Wainwright and De La Rosa. I had a casher with the under in St. Louis, Colorado yesterday.
And they won on the road, didn't they?
Yep.
Did it again.
And I'm leaning under again here, although the starting pitchers are Wainwright is clearly in somewhat of a decline, although he's also clearly a reliable veteran who knows how to get out.
And he's done better on the road this year.
Yeah,
so.
and Wainwright?
Yeah.
No, he's gotten hit on the road.
Wainwright's gotten hit on the road?
Yeah, his last starts have all his road starts have all been really bad.
I thought early in the season, Pistol Pete, he was
maybe
on
early in the
fire.
season, but no, recently he's been getting hit pretty bad on the road. And De La Rosa on the other side is another guy who
I think
vulnerable.
Could explode today.
Yeah. So
what's the total at?
It's 12.
That's too high.
I'm leaning under, but I don't think I can take it. But again, that's a borderline. And then the last game is interesting. Is J.A. Happ going for his 20th win at Seattle? Iwakuma though is pitching well, and I don't know if I'd want to take Toronto as a fave here, but that's
Happ still has a little hard on for that team. He used to play for them, and he likes to beat them every time he can. I think he's going to have revenge on his mind as well. So I wouldn't talk you off that. But there's one other one we haven't talked about with Johnny Cueto on the mound with San Francisco.
That's right.
Look at that team.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I looked at that one. I have to look at
He's
it more.
Capable of throwing a full game.
Absolutely, but I just can't bet on San Francisco right now. And
Hill
on the other side, Hill's coming off of a start where it was at Arizona.
I thought you'd be looking at a first half under is what I really thought.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I can't take that one. I'm still feeling my way out. Hill also has a blister injury, so and that probably it's not going to affect him here, but it might. And Cueto is great but inconsistent, and the first half total is so low. So all right, let's see. Why don't you give a plug and let me, if you don't mind, and let me try to decide what I want to do.
Hey guys, still you got time. Jump on them bonus pages. I'm telling you right now, you'd be amazed at the bonuses you can still catch. We're week 3 into college and NFL, and you can do it. So click on that bonus page, check it out. There's still a ton of traffic going to 5 Dimes and Bookmaker. It's amazing. So jump on board, open your other accounts, and guess what I found out today? Basketball. basketball. We got the first preseason game 10 days away.
That's
so
right.
you got to start looking right now. Set up your basketball account. So look into it. Be sharp. Beat the book before you even bet.
All right, I'm going to hold off on that Miami for now.
I knew that was
give
coming.
my 2 pick. It's just, God, I really want to give it under 7, but it's got to hit 6
You know what,
to win.
though, Pete? The zone you're in, go with your gut.
I'll
go
just
with
stick
your
with
gut.
2, but there's a lot of borderline picks. We certainly discussed them. Mike Brenner, nice show today. Thanks for being a trooper and gutting through your sickness. I hope your epiphany works for you, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Wednesday card.
Yes, we will. Pistol Pete, you motivate me, though, buddy. Keep it up.
Okay, that'll do.
Right.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts and shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.